If you pour a glass of water, it looks clear. But if you look at the ocean or a deep lake, it often looks blue. So which is it? Is water actually blue or not? The surprising answer is yes. Water really does have a natural blue color, but it's much subtler than most people realize. That's why in small amounts, like a glass or bottle, it appears clear, but in very large amounts, that blue becomes easier to see. To understand why, you have to look at what happens when light passes through water. Sunlight may look white, but it's actually made up of many different colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. When light enters water, those colors don't all behave the same way. Water absorbs some colors better than others, and one of the colors it absorbs especially well is red. That means as light travels deeper through water, more and more of the red part of the light gets removed. What's left behind more strongly is the blue part, and that's why large amounts of water can appear blue. It's not because the water is reflecting some blue pigment, and it's not only because of the sky. The water itself is helping create that color by absorbing the red wavelengths more effectively. But this raises an obvious question. If water is really blue, why doesn't a glass of water look blue too? Because there simply isn't enough water for the effect to become noticeable. In a drinking glass, light only passes through a small amount of water, so only a tiny amount of red light gets absorbed. Not enough for your eyes to notice a strong color shift. The water still has that slight blue tendency, but it's so faint that it looks clear. In an ocean, though, light may travel through many feet of water, sometimes much more, and over that longer distance, the effect builds. More red gets absorbed, blue becomes more visible, and suddenly the water no longer looks colorless. It looks blue. Now this is where people often say, isn't water just reflecting the sky? And yes, reflection can play a role. A bright blue sky can absolutely make water look bluer. But reflection is not the whole explanation, because water can still appear blue even when the sky is cloudy, or when the reflection isn't especially strong. That's because the water's own light absorption is still happening underneath it all. In other words, the sky can influence the color, but it doesn't create the entire effect. There are also times when water looks green, gray, brown, or even almost black. That happens because natural water usually contains more than just pure H2O. There may be algae, sediment, organic material, or particles suspended in the water. These can change how light is absorbed and scattered, which changes the color you end up seeing. That's why tropical water can look bright turquoise, while a muddy river may look brown. The water itself still has that slight natural blue quality. But other materials can easily affect the final appearance. So the next time you look at a glass of water and then at the ocean, you're not looking at a contradiction. You're looking at the same substance, revealing its color differently depending on how much of it there is and how light moves through it. So is water actually blue? Yes, but only slightly. In small amounts, that blue is too subtle to notice. In massive amounts, it becomes one of the most recognizable colors in nature. This has been Questions Answered. If there's another everyday thing you've wondered about, let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy learning the hidden reasons behind things we see all the time, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.